All right, cool. What is up, guys? Monday recap. We're going to be going over the trade I ended up taking today. Let me pull this up. As you guys can see, our balance, we're close to passing. The trade today on micros went for around 300 bucks. If held, this trade would have gone for 200 points, which is again wild. But the way I usually trade is I picked this up from Justin Werlinch on YouTube. Very good trader. Is usually I kind of just enter, set my stop loss, set my TPs, and let price do its thing. So I don't necessarily hold runners for that long. But yeah, so this is the trade I ended up taking, which is this one right over here. And then we're going to be going over two potential trades that happen later on, and I believe around lunchtime. So let's jump into this trade. So we're going to be going over on TradingView, right? And then we're going to hop back onto Topsec X just because I don't have the 30-second on this, and one of the trades landed on the 32nd. So going over before the market even opened or whatever, I had this BPR. Here marked out. I wanted to see how price would react off of this BPR going into today. So mark it out. So M15 BPR, right? So we have that there. So the trade actually took place on the 1 minute, and the trade ended up taking place around 7 o'clock, right? So we have this 15-minute BPR here, and I kind of want to see how price would react going into it. So the entire morning I was kind of just waiting. We could speed this up a bit, right? I was kind of just waiting. Now we just had big moves back to the downside. Now at this point in time, if you look on the 15-minute, we have entered and retraced into this BPR. Full fill, by the way. This is a really good wick, and this is when I started to become interested in taking a trade here, just because of just this off of this reaction into this BPR, right? So right now I was looking for an inverse fair value gap that I could potentially trade. And yeah, so we're just gonna let price do its thing here. Okay, nothing much still going on. They're just chilling still. So chilling, nothing much still going on. Now, this is where I wanted to become interested. So we have this 1 minute fair value gap here sitting. Now if you look on the 15-minute, this 15-minute produced another candle, full fill again, but look at this rejection off of this, right? So I wanted this fair value gap to get inverse back to the upside just because we were respecting this 15-minute BPR. And I was like, okay, yeah, the price is definitely sitting bullish, especially because, again, look at this strong rejection off of this. No candle closure. Like, we literally just shot right back up. So I wanted this fair value gap to get taken out. Again. Boom. So I did enter off of this candle close. So I entered off of this. Now, where were my targets? So I actually had buy side liquidity target up here. Buy side liquidity, and I had some TPs right around here as well. So this would have been a TP here, right? So then I can move this over here. Stop loss was pretty good, just a little close under. So this risk reward was actually really insane. This is a 4.85, and then just the TP alone was more than a 1.1 RR. So this was overall pretty solid, right? And so I entered, set my stop loss on my TP, and kind of just let price rise up. Not only this, what gave me extra confluence here as well was here. Let me find it. Where are we? There was also an SMT here. So as you guys can see, so as you can see, this is an SMT here. SMT with ES. So we ended up taking this low. ES did not end up taking this low, right? So the SMT is right there. So this was the SMT, and this was just overall my conviction for this trade. And we're just gonna press play. That was a really smooth ride. It was a really smooth ride just to buy side liquidity right over here. And this is when I got most of my position fully out, really. Now, if I continue to hold, as you can see, this trade would have gone from 57, and it'll continue higher, right? So this was the trade I ended up taking, and that got me to 300. So we're pretty close to passing the Eval account. And again, just a quick rundown. What this trade consisted of was just this 15-minute BPR, good rejection off of it. There was also an SMT between ES and good singular for value gap, good momentum. And yeah, so this was the first trade. Pretty damn smooth. This was, and we were hardly in drawdown. This was a bit scary, this candle, but I mean, I was just still holding. I was like, okay, you know, the confluences just add up, right? And yeah, so this trade, pretty damn good. Now, the second trade here happened around 9:56 a.m. So I can just, let me just do this. Cool. So price is just hanging around. Nothing much going on. A little bit of chop, especially because after such a big expansion up to the upside, you can expect a little chop, right? Like price still wants to figure out where it wants to go. So we're just hanging around. Nothing much going on. Yeah, literally nothing going on here. But I will say, these are not. Yeah, still nothing going on here. So I did not end up taking these trades. I was at school, right? But as you guys can see here, we do have relative equal lows right over here. Can I mark it? Yes, so we do have relative equal lows here. So we end up just sweeping this here, and then around 9:56. Oh no, the equal lows are down here. Yeah, so the equal lows are down here. So we can mark this out. So equal lows are taken. Equal lows are taken. Now this trade is pretty, I don't know the rating for this trade, but obviously, you know, so we basically just took out these equal lows, good momentum off of this singular fair value gap right here. You could have entered off of this candle closure. Now, where would you have targeted? Where would you have targeted? So you do have these relative equal highs here as well. And you kind of just let this play out. Now, so this would have been your trade. This RR is kind of sketchy, but it definitely works out, kinda. Honestly, you could have TP'd right here for break even. You could have TP'd right here for break even. Right down here, TP. And then actually it never even touches this up here. So that's what kind of sucks too. So it never actually comes up to this buy side. And it kind of just, yeah, it would have stopped you out at break even. Unless your final TP was up here, right? But this was just a trade I saw some people take. I mean, it's not bad, but I mean, yeah, it definitely could have worked. Yeah, definitely could have worked, especially if your final TP was here. But this would have been a break-even trade, just because I would want to target this up here, right? But also you have this small fair value gap. Can I drag it out? Yeah. So you have this small fair value gap. I would kind of wanted to like just bounce off of this maybe and then continue back down, but that doesn't end up happening. Now for this second trade, for this third trade. This third trade happens on the 32nd. So after this trade ends up happening, we come back down and we can hop on 32nd right over here. 32nd. Right over here. Now, as you can see, damn, yeah, this is a mess. I could go on the 1 hour. Actually, I'll go on the 1 hour on this. Oh yeah, no, this is confusing. Let's not do that. Let me just go on the 30 seconds. So now this trade actually offers you a retracement. And if you look here on the bottom left, let me just delete this for now. So we have this big fair value gap right over here. As you guys can see, we have this big fair value gap, and we kind of trace past to equilibrium or concentrate encroachment of this, and we get a good delivery off of it. So this is probably your context for this trade. Not only that, I'm pretty sure we're bouncing off of fair value gap down here too, right? There's no SM tiers, but this would have been a good trade just because, good counter closure, good momentum. And then even now, if you miss this and you wanted a little bit more structure, you even get offered a retracement back into this fair value gap. So you actually could have entered off of this retracement as well, right? So your stop loss would have been like this, and you could have targeted this low resistance liquidity run that we have built up right over here, right? And you could have had your break even like right around here maybe. And yeah, so this trade actually ends up working out for 44 points. And overall, I think this third trade's definitely way better than the second trade, right? Just because we end up actually taking some sell side over here, right? So this equal lows actually just turns into sell side. And yeah, so that is it for the market recap for the trades I ended up liking. And then I think that's it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So we're pretty close to passing this account. Hopefully tomorrow we get offered a good trade and we end up catching it and taking it, so we could start trading on an express. But again, just an overall quick rundown on the trades from today. Oh, I could just show you guys on this. So 15-minute. So we have down here in this bottom right, we have a 15-minute BPR, retrace back into it, good momentum off of it, like good bounce off. And I was looking for inverse. I was looking for this inverse on this 1 minute. I was looking for this inverse on this 1 minute, and it ends up happening. Good momentum, pretty smooth ride up top. Trade would have given you, like I said, 200 points. Then we have this second trade right over here. We do have these equal lows down here, so that could have been a magnet. As soon as we take that out, Yeah, so as soon as we take that out, we get offered this for value gap. I don't really like this trade, but I did see some people take it, and I guess it would have worked. And now this third trade's definitely way better than the second trade, right? So we do have sell side right over here, low resistance liquidity run. You get offered a 30-second inverse for value gap. Now, if you didn't want to enter off of this and were a little bit scared, you get offered a retracement later on. So that would have given you a little bit more confidence, hopefully, into taking this trade. And then you can just target the low resistance liquidity run with break even being right over here. Break even. And yeah, so that is it for today. Hope you guys, like I said, hope you guys had a great Monday. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.